Here's what's coming in today's Frontline compilation. In Avdiivka, a lone Russian soldier walks stiffly down a narrow path. A munition is dropped directly at his feet and detonates, yet he stands motionless, as if nothing has happened. It's this bizarre reaction that earns him the title Zombie, as the drone lingers above in silence. Ukraine's SBU drops an FPV montage of strikes on trenches, vehicles, and rooftops. One doorway is blocked by a stick teepee used as a simple anti-drone barrier. Ukrainian spotters cue a JDAM toward a Russian airfield 36 kilometers behind the line. The strike is aimed at airfield facilities. A Russian military vehicle packed with explosives races toward Ukrainian positions. The driver bails out mid-charge, turning a multi-million-dollar machine into a disposable bomb. But before it can get close, a mine or anti-tank strike detonates it in a fireball. Smoke rises over the battlefield, another failed gamble burning Russia's own gear instead of breaking Ukraine's defenses. This is real footage, no effects, just raw moments from the battlefield. Subscribe to stay updated on every Frontline report, and stick around to see it all unfold. Let's get into it. Amid the ruins of a shattered building, two Russian soldiers rest, unaware they've already been spotted from above. A Ukrainian kamikaze drone closes in, humming steadily as it dives. The strike is merciless. The drone slams into the rubble where they lie, erupting in a violent blast. The once quiet hideout is reduced to twisted debris, leaving no chance of survival for those who thought themselves safe. Two Russian BTRs creep along a dirt path, the crews tense inside. Suddenly, a Ukrainian RPG streaks through the air, narrowly missing its mark. Instead of pressing forward, one BTR panics and turns back, only to be bracketed by Ukrainian artillery. Explosions pound the retreating vehicle. The second, perhaps braver or simply reckless, pushes forward alone, ignoring the danger in a desperate gamble. Russian operators unleash a wave of FPV drones against Ukrainian trenches and bunkers. The camera feeds track in real time as the warheads dive down, smashing into dugouts with thunderous blasts. Each impact sends soil, wood, and shrapnel flying skyward, tearing through defenses once thought secure. Strongpoints vanish one by one, ripped apart under the precision of guided kamikaze drones. Russian soldiers think themselves concealed under piles of branches, lying low and motionless. But above them, Ukrainian drones circle with unblinking eyes. Slowly, grenades begin to drop one by one. Each explosion rips through the silence, leaving men wounded, disoriented, and scrambling. Their so-called camouflage offers no safety as the drones patiently turn their cover into a killing zone. A Russian APC races across open ground, soldiers clinging tightly to its armor. Artillery shells pound the area, chasing the vehicle until disaster strikes. A hidden mine explodes beneath it. Fire erupts, soldiers scatter in chaos, some cut down instantly, others stumbling as mortar rounds finish the ambush. The advance collapses in seconds, leaving only ruin. A Russian ammunition depot is spotted by a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone. Coordinates are relayed in moments, and Ukrainian mortars open fire. Shells whistle in, then impact directly. The stockpile erupts in a chain reaction of massive secondary blasts. Flames roar skyward as crates of shells detonate in sequence, consuming the entire position. What once sustained the Russian guns is reduced to charred rubble. A lone Russian soldier trudges along a dirt path in Avdiivka, his steps slow, stiff, almost mechanical. Above, a Ukrainian drone hovers, then drops an explosive at his feet. The blast erupts, dust and shrapnel flying, enough to stop most men cold. Yet, he keeps moving. As if pulled forward by some unseen force, his march unnervingly steady, whether wounded, dazed, intoxicated, or simply beyond fear. His eerie persistence gives rise to a chilling name whispered online: the zombie. A lone Russian armored vehicle pushes across an open field, its smoke plume betraying damage already sustained. Then disaster strikes, its tracks roll over a concealed mine. The explosion is instant and catastrophic. Fire engulfs the BMP as metal is torn apart, sending fragments skyward. Within seconds, the vehicle is nothing but a flaming wreck, its crew's fate sealed without mercy. A convoy of Russian IFV presses along a dirt road, unaware they've entered a deadly trap. The last vehicle detonates first, bursting into fire and blocking retreat. The lead vehicle panics, lurches forward, then backtracks, but another hidden mine waits. In seconds, both machines are destroyed, burning wrecks marking the failure of their advance. Thermal drone footage tracks two groups of Russian infantry moving through the darkness, thinking the night shields them, but Ukrainian artillery is already dialed in. Explosions rip across the screen. One group is hit by conventional shells, the other obliterated by cluster munitions. The battlefield glows with bursts of heat signatures as men fall in every direction, their night march ending in disaster. Through thermal scopes, Ukrainian snipers pin down a Russian bunker. Under covering fire, a soldier creeps forward, pulling the pin on a grenade before tossing it inside. A dazed Russian stumbles out, only to be cut down instantly by a sharp rifle crack. The operation ends in silence, the efficiency of the strike leaving nothing but stillness and finality. Helmet-mounted and drone footage capture a furious assault by Ukraine's Azov fighters. An APC charges forward, delivering troops under covering fire. Soldiers dismount in seconds, RPGs and rifles hammering Russian trenches with unrelenting force. Explosions ripple along the line as defenders, overwhelmed by the sudden violence, break and flee. The attack leaves abandoned positions and burning wreckage in its wake. Ukraine's security service drops a brutal reel of FPV drone warfare. Infantry and vehicles alike are stalked and struck, explosions ripping across Russian positions. In one chilling moment, a crude wooden barricade miraculously saves a soldier, the drone detonating against sticks instead of flesh. But elsewhere, there's no mercy. Armored targets and hidden fighters are shredded in unbroken succession. On the open battlefield, a Russian 2S-3 Akatsiya self-propelled howitzer becomes the target of precision fire. A Ukrainian HIMARS launches a guided rocket, streaking across the sky at incredible speed. The strike is direct. Instantly, the vehicle is engulfed in a colossal explosion as onboard ammunition cooks off. A fireball rises into the air, consuming the howitzer and leaving only burning wreckage behind. Russian soldiers try to take shelter among the shattered ruins of Avdiivka, but overhead, Ukrainian drones circle like predators. One after another, grenades are released with surgical precision, each blast landing squarely in the open positions. The troops scatter desperately, but there is no hiding from the constant aerial bombardment. Every crumbling wall becomes a death trap under the unending rain of fire. Near Storomlinivka, 3 Russian IFVs push forward, but a solitary Ukrainian tank stands in their path. Maneuvering with precision, it fires round after round, shredding the armoured column. One by one, the IFV erupt in flames, the last struggling to return fire before being destroyed. The battlefield falls silent, marked by smoking wreckage and the clear dominance of a single tank crew. Beside a broken armoured vehicle, a lone Russian squats, trousers down, unaware of the silent hunter closing in. A Ukrainian FPV drone dives straight at him, engines whining as the distance closes. He looks up too late. The blast engulfs him in fire and shrapnel, killing him instantly. A grotesque, grimly ironic end, captured in the raw brutality of war. Another SBU release shows FPV drones turning their attention to Russia's heavier assets. A T-72 tank erupts in flames, surveillance equipment crumples into wreckage, and an anti-aircraft gun is reduced to twisted metal. One by one, vehicles are shredded under relentless strikes, their hulks left burning in the aftermath. No system, no machine withstands the fury of repeated kamikaze attacks. Far behind Russian lines in Kherson, a guided JDAM slams into an airfield facility. The impact ignites massive secondary fires, sending black smoke billowing into the sky. Fuel depots and logistics hubs erupt, crippling operations. Though the planes themselves remain untouched, the strike devastates infrastructure, leaving the airbase smoldering and its mission power severely reduced. A Russian UAZ van is spotted moving near Krinky, an easy target in open terrain. A strike lands squarely, detonating with ferocious violence. Flames burst outward, consuming the vehicle instantly. The van is torn apart, reduced to scattered burning fragments within seconds. Whether drone delivered or artillery fired, the result is absolute. Nothing remains but smoldering wreckage. Two Russians drag their wounded comrade across open ground. Desperation written in every movement, but fear overtakes duty. They leave him in the dirt and scramble for cover. A kamikaze drone screams down, striking one of the fleeing men in a violent blast. The survivor throws a ragged cloth over the remains, then bolts, leaving behind a scene of horror. Near Bakhmut, Ukrainian drones dominate the skies, releasing grenades with ruthless precision. One after another, the munitions fall directly into Russian trenches and ruins. Soldiers scatter, trying to regroup, but each attempt is shattered by another detonation. The relentless rain of explosives leaves the ground churned, the infantry broken, and no safe haven left for survival. Ukrainian FPV drones swarm a Russian armored unit, striking without pause. Each vehicle is hit with brutal accuracy, exploding into flames and smoke. Survivors dive for cover near the wrecks, but the drones circle back, hunting them down with cold persistence. What was once an armored column is reduced to scattered metal and shattered lives in a matter of minutes. Russian armor grinds forward near Kupiansk, hoping to break through Ukrainian lines. But the advance is short-lived. Ukrainian anti-tank teams are waiting, unleashing precise, devastating fire. One vehicle after another is struck, explosions ripping through steel and fuel. Flames consume the assault force until only smoking carcasses remain. What began as a push forward ends as a graveyard of wrecks. A Russian armored vehicle, packed with explosives, speeds across open ground toward Ukrainian lines. The driver jumps out moments before impact, leaving the multi-million-dollar machine to roll on alone. But before it gets anywhere near its target, a mine or anti-tank strike hits. A massive explosion tears through the vehicle, sending fire and debris into the sky. Smoke pours across the battlefield. Another desperate push turned to ash, another gamble lost before it could break through. That's today's raw footage. No filters, no fluff. Thanks for watching and staying informed. Subscribe and comment if you want more.